Hello and welcome to Sudoku Pro.
Hello everyone, this is Uma Maheshwari solving the 5-star Sudoku puzzle from today's Hindu newspaper dated 22nd May 2022. Let's get started. Today I want to start from column 1. There is a 8 here blocking these 3 cells, and there is a 8 here in D row blocking this cell. So in column 1, E1 is the only cell where 8 can be. Now there is a 7 here in E row and a 7 here in F row, which blocks these two rows. So 7 goes in one of these two cells. There is a 7 here blocking here. So D2 takes 7. There is a 2 here in column 3 and a 2 here in E row, which blocks these 3 cells. So 2 goes here in D1. Now in column 1, there are only 3 empty cells. There is a 3 here in G row and a 3 here in I row, which blocks these two cells. So 3 goes here in H1. Now there are only 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 1 and 9. Let's mark these two cells with 1, 9 matching pair. Now let's try to fill this block 1. There is 8 here in A row and 8 here in column 3, which blocks these 3 cells. So 8 goes here in C2. Now if you see, you have 1 and 3 blocking these 3 cells. So in column 2, there are only 2 empty cells now, and these 2 cells take 1 and 3. So let's mark it with 1, 3 matching pair. Now in block 1, we have only 2 cells left, and we have a 4 blocking this cell. So 4 goes here in C3. Now we have only 1 empty cell left, and which will naturally take the matching pair 1, 3. There is a 4, 9 pair blocking these two cells in A row. So these are the two cells where 4 and 9 can be. There is a 9 from column 8 blocking here. So A8 takes 4 and A9 takes 9. In column 9, there are only 4 empty cells and the missing numbers are 2, 4, 5 and 6. If you see, there is a 4, 6 pair blocking here, and there is a 4, 6 pair in F row blocking here. So 4 and 6 goes in these two cells. There is a 4 blocking this cell. So B9 takes 6 and E9 takes 4. Now these two cells take 2, 5 matching pair. There is a 4 here in E row and a 4 here in F row blocking these two rows, and there is a 4 here in column 4 and 4 here in column 5 blocking these two columns. So 4 goes here in D5. There is a 5 here in column 6 blocking this cell, and there is a 5 here in column 7 blocking this cell. So 5 goes here in D4. Now the missing numbers are 3 and 6, but we do not have clues of 3 and 6 around. So let's move on. There is a 4 here in column 8 and a 4 in H row, so which blocks these 3 cells. So 4 goes here in G7. If you see here in column 2, there are only 3 empty cells and the missing numbers are 2, 4 and 5. Now there is 2 and 4 blocking this cell. So G2 takes 5. Now the missing numbers are 2 and 4. There is a 4 blocking here. So H2 takes 2 and I2 takes 4. There is a 2 here in G row and a 2 here in H row blocking these two cells. So 2 goes here in I8. This 2 blocks this column here, and there is a 2 here in D row and a 2 here in A row blocking these two cells. So obviously this cell has to take 2. So let's eliminate 5. Similarly, C9 takes 5. Now there is a 5 here in I row and a 5 here in G row blocking these two rows. So 5 has to be in one of these two cells. There is a 5 here in column 4 blocking here. So 5 goes here in H5. In column 4, there is an interesting observation. You have 8 and 9 in A row here and 8 and 9 pair in C row, which blocks these two cells. There is also a 8-9 pair in H row, which blocks this cell. So 8 and 9 has to go in these two cells here. So that leaves with column 4 with 3 empty cells, and the missing numbers here are 1, 6 and 7. If you see 7, there is a 7 here in column 6 and a 7 here in I row blocking these 3 cells. So 7 goes here in H4. This 7 blocks this entire column. There is a 7 here in A row and 7 here in column 6, which blocks these 4 cells. So 7 goes here in B5. This 7 blocks this entire row, these two cells, and there is a 7 here in column 7 blocking these two cells. So 7 goes here in C8. Now in this block there are only 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 6 and 7. Now we have got this 7 here. So H3 takes 6 and G3 takes 7. Now in this block there are 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 1 and 6. This 6 blocks here, so 6 goes here in G8 and 1 goes here in H7. This 1 blocks these two cells, so 1 goes here in B8. This 1 cancels out the 1 here, so B3 takes 3 and A2 takes 1 and E2 takes 3. Now in B row the missing numbers are 2 and 8. There is a 8 blocking from here, so B7 takes 2 and B6 takes 8. Now in this third block the only missing number is 3. Here in A row there are 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 3 and 6. There is a 3 blocking from here, so A4 takes 6 and A5 takes 3. In D row, there are 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 3 and 6. There is 3 blocking from here. So D7 takes 6 and D6 takes 3. Here in this block, there are only 3 empty cells. You have 9 here blocking these two cells. So 9 goes here in E7. Now the missing numbers here are 3 and 5. There is 3 blocking from here. So E8 takes 5 and F8 takes 3. In 0, there are 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 1 and 2. There is 2 blocking from here. So C4 takes 1 and C6 takes 2. Here in column 3, the missing numbers are 1 and 5. There is 5 blocking from here. So E3 takes 1 and F3 takes 5. In E row, the only missing number is 6. There is a 8 here in column 6 and 8 here in I row blocking these 4 cells. So 8 has to be in this cell here in G4. So let's eliminate 9 and F4 takes 9. In F row, there are only 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 1 and 8. There is 8 blocking here. So F6 takes 1 and F5 takes 8. Now here in G6, In G row, the missing numbers are only 1 and 9. So since 1 is blocking here, G6 takes 9 and G1 takes 1, sorry, and I1 takes 9. Now in I row, there are only 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 1 and 6. There is a 1 here. So I6 takes 6 and I5 takes 1. And the puzzle is solved. Hello friends, how did you find the puzzle today? The 8-9 pair in column 4 helped me a lot in solving the puzzle easily. Please share your experience in the comment box. Thank you and have a fantastic day.